Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Thursday, another Carvers and Creators, a weekly demonstration and discussion with pumpkin carvers, sculptors, and multi-talented artists from around the world. First, we ask that you please give us a like and a follow on the platform you're watching us on. Smash those that button that gives us those notifications. That definitely helps out the channel. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from and if you have any questions for the carvers and our special guest. Let's meet the carvers. Let's do it.
Why not?
Why not? While we're here. First, he's an artist and sculptor from Boston, Massachusetts. He was a judge on season 3 of Outrageous Pumpkins on the Food Network. It's Paul Dever. Welcome.
Hey, happy Thursday, everybody.
Hello, Paulie.
How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Good to be seen.
Next, he's a multimedia sculpture artist from Tucson, Arizona, and a finalist on Halloween Wars 2019 on the Food Network, Matt Harper. Yeah.
Hello. Hey. Good afternoon. Happy Thursday.
Good to see you. Our guest tonight is a 3D animator, digital illustrator, and sculptor, and the winner of the Great Pumpkin Contest 2022. It is Jim Bille. Yeah.
There he is. In the flesh.
Appreciate you having me today.
Thank you so much.
Jimmy. Congrats, first of all.
Yes, he was on episode 1, which we'll definitely talk about. And it's what we're on episode 108. So it's been a long time. We're so glad to have you here.
Definitely.
Appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah. My name is Michael Mondragon. I'll be running the show, moderating comments, and chiming in from time to time.
God damn.
Stop. Oh, stop. Let's check out our sculpts from last week. The subject was Drunk Clown. Matt, awesome.
Nice.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm quasi happy with it. So my idea when I started out was to make a drunk, and I left a chunk of his nose so it kind of looked like it was stuck on. I just went into this, fit because Paul did such an amazing job on his, which you'll see in a minute. And I was like, God damn it, I got to color. I got to do something. And then I found a kind of a donor pumpkin that had lighter flesh. So I took a peel of it with this handy peeler and then scraped across and cut it into the skin makeup there that you see. And just kind of laid it on there in a really thin, so it fit the contours of his face. So I'm proud of that part. It went from nothing to a clown pretty quickly. But
I was wondering what you used for that makeup, if that was like a turnip or what. It works. That looks good.
Yeah,
and I love those cheese cutters you got there.
Oh yeah, a slightly lighter color worked. That was it.
Nice. Well done.
The fact that it'll pull that long of a cut is really impressive. Usually they just sort of give up and pull out on you there.
Chunk out. Yeah.
I got to get one of those.
Those things are great for like mummies. You can get long, thin strips and they stay consistent.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
To wrap it up, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, I'm happy with it. I took it to a bar, and
I saw that.
And I got free drinks. So
did you really?
Yeah. And what I discovered was, remember we talked about last time. We were saying that if you just kind of go do it, and we heard this from a bunch of different folks, but Monique was saying it, and then last week Mark Evans said just like taking these places and giving them to people. I thought to myself, I've been sitting at this bar and like there's like 3 people deep asking me questions about it, wanting to touch it and stuff, and then I get free drinks, which was awesome. But I'm like, I could have been just some average schlub, pulling up, sitting at the bar like an idiot, and no one would know, But now I'm like a celebrity. It was anyway. I'm gonna do that again.
Nice.
Now you're the weird guy with a pumpkin after Halloween.
Yeah, he brings a pumpkin everywhere he goes.
You're the guy who uses a pumpkin as currency.
No kidding, right? I got to try that.
That's
nice job,
good.
Manny.
That's a good one.
Job.
Paul, wow.
I love this.
I painted it.
I love it. Paul, I mean, a pumpkin that is, I mean, the things you did beyond the nose, the hat, the bow tie, and the paint. I mean, this looks. It was incredible. I mean, the fact that even you have like the paint is a little bit messy. Like it didn't.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. It just looks like he's drunk. It's so perfect.
Like he's a rummy. Yeah.
I love that,
Like-
that messy
like-
makeup around the lips and everything, and the yellow eyes in contrast to the skin. That yellow eyes. That's what drunk eye looks like. Just that.
That's
Weird.
liver failure, Jimmy.
Almost
That's liver
jaundiced.
failure.
Yeah,
His liver is give it up. Yeah.
That's right. Actually,
awesome.
I'm surprised you didn't see this one earlier, Matt. This was sitting next to you at the bar while you were getting drunk. That's that kind of.
I think he had the same look. He had.
You better. No, there's a couple of talking goat references from.
Yes, and you
Nebraska.
better not.
You're on point. You're on point tonight. Superimposed. You better not.
He frazzle knows this stuff.
Yeah.
That's soft. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of like the unpainted version too, but it just we've done clowns so many times. It's like I don't. It's not that I can't paint. I just choose not to paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one needed paint because you couldn't even see the bow tie without when it wasn't painted. It just blended into the skin, you know.
Mm.
Yeah. It is so much better with paint. It's
I'm
beautiful.
branching out, fellas. I'm branching out. You know,
A whole new Paul.
Look at you learning new things.
learning new things.
Love it.
So our guest last week, David Smith, actually has his submission. So yeah, so I mean we have a full gamut.
And he's holding a beer. Oh my
Holding
God.
a beer.
Yes.
Yeah. It's got the. I love the hair too.
That was a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. Because he's a clown. Clowns have that dumb tuft of hair on the side.
Yeah, right.
I could probably grow it out and look like that, but I don't know.
You'd have the best skullet around.
I love Scarlett.
Speaking of Gallagher, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Too
R.I.P.
soon. My bad.
Too soon. And well, I work in pixels and vectors.
Yes.
So here is my offering for this week. My clown, actually, I thought it super resembled Vivian from The Young One. So I definitely threw him back there, along with a lot of cheap beer.
Yeah.
Strohs, Olympia.
Yeah, Michelob.
What do you mean cheap beer? That looks like my refrigerator.
Well, we're beer snobs over here.
Wait a minute. Isn't Coors the banquet beer?
It
What
is.
this? Yeah.
That's
It is the banquet beer. Yes, it
fancy
is.
beer, man. Very
And my friend Emilio has a funny joke about the Budweiser. He says he would like drunkenly call him over, you know, when he was young. You say, "Oh, look, this is the king of beers." And he goes, "How do you know that, Dad?" He goes, "Oh, it says right here on the can."
Well, the champagne of beers, isn't that Miller?
Miller High Life, yeah.
There you go. There you go.
There we go.
Big fan.
all
Big fan.
Wasn't
Well, Jim, oh, go ahead.
This 40-year anniversary of Young Ones or something like that? I thought I saw them in the news this week.
Oh, is it really? Oh, yeah.
I think you're on top of it again.
Yeah. And little did I know. I wish I would have known. Yeah. Rick Mayall is no longer around though. And let's see. Adrian Edmondson, Vivian here. It doesn't even. You wouldn't even recognize him. Like if you saw him today. Like he doesn't. He probably looks like the drunk clown right here. Maybe that's the connection. He actually looks like right here.
Maybe that's him.
Yeah. There you go. So it's a metamorphosis. Perfect.
Yeah. I love it.
Nicely done.
Was it like the English version of Welcome Back, Kotter or something? I don't know.
It was way better than Welcome Back, Carter.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I know I've seen all those actors. I just never saw it.
Yeah.
Right. Totally.
I feel left out.
Oh,
Can we just watch an episode of it now?
Yeah. Let's just pause the show. Jim, you don't mind.
Everybody will stick around. Everybody loves the
yeah.
Sure.
We'll do a watch party of young ones. But Jim, we want to actually, have you met the fourth member of Carvers and Creators? I know you've probably seen, but have you been formally introduced?
I have not. It came in after episode 1.
Okay. Well, here it is, the Sinner Spinner itself, and Paul will tell you more about it right now. Oh, not me.
You're not Paul.
I'm not Paul. There you go.
No, I'm Paul.
Yes, you are.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Here we are again. So, Jimmy, here we got the wheel. We're going to spin it twice. First time is going to be the subject. Second time is going to be the emotion. So our first spin, our choices tonight are Apex Predator, Alien, Old, Frank, Wolf, Robust, Aquatic, Insect, Guest Choice, or Troll. Second spin, our choices are Smug, Terrified, Embarrassed, Guest Choice again, insane, drunk, creepy, nervous, crying, or clueless.
Ooh.
Pretty good combinations there,
Nice.
kids. And if you notice, clown is not on the board anymore.
Yay!
No more clowns.
Praise God.
Yeah, right.
Whoever.
Praise pumpkins.
Allah.
Okay, here we go. Spin number 1. Frank. Any
Almost.
interpretation of Frank is fine. You can go
All right.
monster. You can go.
All
All right. Frank is going to be crying. I kind of like crying. We don't do a lot of those.
Yeah.
Okay. A
Crying Frank.
Frank.
Lordy B.
I should just do a butternut squash and make a crying hot dog. That'd be sweet.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
Frank.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, Jim.
How'd you get the Frank above the beans?
Oh.
There you go.
Jim,
So
so
you
you should,
put my hair up like this while we're at it.
a nice, yeah, exactly. Warren.
Well, with a loaded weapon.
All right. So we're going to, if you're carving or creating with us tonight, we're going to give you 5 minutes to get your tools together, get situated. While we do that, we're going to go around the horn and see what our carving oil is for tonight. Jim, what do you got tonight?
Tonight, we've got a little old Rasputin.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh.
It's a nice imperial stout. And so this is sort of hearkening back to days at the Cleveland Institute of Arts. Our history teacher was big into Russia, had the cap and everything. And it was supposed to be history, but boy, we spent a lot of time on Rasputin. And, so this is going back to those good old days of Rasputin and seeing what a good imperial stout tastes like.
Nice.
I hope Rasputin doesn't mean it tastes like vodka. If it's Russian.
Well, you're familiar with I actually, after I got out of school and sort of got my head clear of Rasputin because I was sick of hearing about it, I went and picked up his biography and read through it, 600-page, just every little bit about it and through the Romanovs and whatnot. And this dude was just pure evil. And at the end, they really did poison him, shoot him, stab him, drown him, quarter him. I mean, they killed him 6 different ways before he actually died at this event this dinner they planned for him to poison him. He wouldn't die. So they killed him like 6 different ways in one night, and just a beast of a person. So
Wow. Pure evil.
That's kind of
gotta
nice.
love it.
Matt, what do you got?
And with that, yeah.
Matt, moving to you.
Pure evil. Let's talk about this red trolley ale from Carl Strauss.
Nice.
Red
I've had this before, and I went and got another batch because it's pretty good, and it's a little big micro brewery out of San Diego, and it's just it's a red ale. It's not the IBUs and the OZs, but it says, oh no, it says 12 FLOZs on this one. Okay,
There you go.
but it's a known entity. I'll drink it.
Yeah. And if you go to Petco Park, where the San Diego Padres play, you can actually buy that beer out of a red trolley.
Yeah, because
Really?
that's how we get
Yes.
around San Diego on that little red
There you
trolley.
go. That's right.
Sweet.
There you go. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Now
Paul,
we
what do you
learned
got?
something.
Well, usually I'd have an IPA or some sort of beer, but I am a little under the weather, as they say. So I'm going to have a hot toddy,
Ooh.
minus the hot or the toddy. I'm going to go straight bourbon with Vaseline and try to knock the cobwebs out because I'm a little foggy, fellas. It's rain or shine with the show. I like the post office. We always got to deliver the sculpture. So
Yeah.
There is no. You're not allowed to be sick.
no.
We met with the union, the Carvers Creators union, the other day, and they said no off this year. We can't be off. So
Yeah, but when the contract's up, we'll renegotiate that.
we'll see. I don't
It's
know.
on others to
They're
negotiate.
evil in the back office.
Yes, it's Rasputin is actually the labor rep.
Yeah, it's not good.
Well, my carving oil tonight is the chameleon suit from
cool.
Modern Times Brewery. Yeah, it's a very. They always have like really good series. This is a brewery that's I think they're only putting out beer now. They're one that's kind of scaled back a lot of their places that you would get the beers, and it's unfortunate because they're a really great brewery. So Modern Times, salud.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Yes. Good stuff. So cheers
shout
to
out
our
to Mike
creations
Effects.
tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Mikey Regan, Mike Effects. Go pick one up.
Yes. I wanted to show this. This goes back to episode 1. This was, look at these guys ready to take on the world. And this was literally second one of our show.
Nick, this is when you were still in My Chemical Romance.
That's right. I had a full head of hair too. You guys notice that? Wow.
But yeah, this is where it all began, and Jim was a part of it. So yes. And we're we're ready to, set the world on fire, as you can tell in this picture.
Look at that, huh? Episode 1.
Episode 1.
The beauty of starting somewhere is you started somewhere, and that's behind us, and here we are.
Yes, and you can tell in the intro, I am all over the place. I believe I even introduced someone who wasn't on the show. So it was that
Danny Miller too, right?
Yeah, we got our voice, and we're here, and
later.
Thank you so much, and well, we definitely wanted to go into Jim's, winning the GPCC 2022. Tell us more about this piece.
Well, that one was done. There's a farm down Cary, Phillips Farms, and they invite me out every weekend. I'm available. Great people, great venue, lots of activities there for the families, etc. Sometimes they have a chainsaw carver out there. They've got a live band, just lots of games, toys, tractor ride through the woods where they have these 55-gallon barrels all lined up in a train, painted as cows. The kids hop in and get the ride. Just great venue, lots to do, and they have me out whenever I can, and I appreciate them. So I go out, 3 or 4 hours and just play and, invite kids to come up, touch, feel the pumpkin and see what it feels like inside. So they, check out the tools and the loops and see what we're working with, that they're just clay tools, and try and introduce them into seeing the pumpkin in a way they've not seen it besides just the triangles and everything. And
did they touch the award-winning one? I mean, or was that like, hey, this one's too good, you can't touch it, kids?
We might have put a small barbed wire fence around the table at that point, but
okay.
No, they're always encouraged to come up and see what it is. The crowds are always polite and positive. It's just a great venue and always a great afternoon. And this one was a particularly gorgeous afternoon, and so I just sat down and played and wanted to do something other than just a face. So, which my wife's encouraging me to do this. Is like, I've seen faces, do something else.
Ooh,
so,
all right.
Who doesn't love dinosaurs? And the kids love dinosaurs. So we're going to go that route. And I wanted to start working with multiple pumpkins or multiple piece builds. So, that all sort of came in together. And I decided I'm going to sit there for 6-8 hours, whatever, and just spend the whole day there playing. And that's where we wound up. Did the head on the back of the pumpkin. No particular measurements, but so his chest and everything, bottom part of the neck or on the front there, did the head and the back, and I'm sort of measuring, okay, the neck's, sort of this big on the front and sort of this big on the back. And so when I cut it out, it was relatively close. I got lucky there that it matched up nicely and blended it, and then cut the hand off of another pumpkin or the claw, and sort of ran out of time before I got all the daggers and everything on there, but got the point across. So just a fun afternoon.
Wow. Yeah. Well, Paul mentioned this before. I don't mean to steal your thunder, but one of the things we're just in awe of is that this is lit in the day. And Paul and I spend time and effort trying to make sure the lighting is correct from the top, just so you can see the depth of the cuts and stuff. But this thing is that good looking without any like incredible lighting, which is just tells you what a great sculpt it is. It's just so cool.
I appreciate that, and that is a challenge because it is broad daylight, and you're trying to not only fight to try and get good lighting for a good photo and see where the shadows are going to wind up, but the sun's right on it too, so it's drying out and burning, and you get dark spots and everything. So it's fine. It worked out, and you don't always get the perfect photograph of it, because at the end of the day, the venue keeps the piece, so I can't bring it home and tweak it. And it works out. And with the kids touching, I think I mentioned this before, I want everybody to come up and feel it, touch it, look at it, whatever, but the kids always go for that little highlight piece you put in the eye. That's the first thing.
Weird. They always do that.
So I don't even bother putting, small details like that on anymore, because it breaks off. But it's fine. They have fun. They like it. All good.
Kids these days with their
what is with that? They got to touch. They got to.
Yeah, but they're finding the one thing that you wouldn't. That is the tiniest little detail that we look at as like the cherry on top, right? The little cool thing. Those little bastards go right for it. It's like you don't see any of the other cool things that don't get broken off instantly.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's going to rot in a couple days anyway. Who cares?
Exactly. I love everything about it. The fact that you took the head and stuff out of the same pumpkin, I imagine that from the back you'd be like, we have no idea, but you turn it around and get it in front of people. It's just, anyway, I'll stop gushing. I just think it's really a really cool idea. You can see the motion in it. You can see, all the thought behind it was just really well done. And you probably should have won. Oh no, you did. You did.
I appreciate that. What was really fun in this is I did the head on the back, and as I'm carving the front portion of this, chest, and the hand's not there or anything, I'm just doing this. Imagine that with no head, so it's just sort of this blob, and I'm putting some texture on it and everything, and it's got no form. You can't see what's going on there. And kids are kind of coming up and looking at it going, yeah, that's really cool.
Oh, come back in an hour. Yeah.
But I flip the pumpkin around and they see the head and they're like, whoa. So it was kind of cool to see that, that hit. Oh, this is where we're going with that. Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
At the end of the day, if the kids don't love it while you're doing it, it's nerve-wracking. Like, wait a minute, the kids don't get it. The kids should be the ones loving this.
Yeah, I've learned to get there a little bit early and get started so that they're not watching this portion of it of here's this guy peeling a pumpkin. Ooh, oh. They want to see a little something first.
Yeah.
So, do you carve one the night before to bring with you to a gig? Because I usually do.
Generally not, but I if there's time I might, but you know how the season is. What's time?
Right. Yeah. Right.
But I've got a banner with a bunch of pumpkins I've done before, so they can see sort of, where I'm going with it, what you can do with a pumpkin. So I don't feel as obligated to have a pumpkin there. There's photos. They get it.
That's true. If you have a banner and it shows your work, but I do love having one, to Paul's point, because people that want to touch it, I don't care if they touch the one I already carved. And they can come up and they can poke at it and say, is this real? And then my favorite is the ones with the little kids who come up and they're getting closer and you can see the mom. Don't please don't. I'm like, they can touch it. Oh, yeah. You can see that they get all wrapped around the axle. No, I don't care. It's a pumpkin. That part's fun. Watching the moms flip out. Well,
they just slapping the kid. I told you not to touch it. That's what Matt loves that when they just
the ooh face when they touch it and they get that little bit of wetness in there and then it's like, and they're looking for some place to wipe their finger. It's like, it's just water. It's okay.
Yeah. Kids will get kind of grossed out if I clean the tool. They're like, oh, I'm like, do you like pumpkin pie? Do you like pumpkin spice muffins? Like, what do you think this comes from? It's delicious. It's like peeling and eating an apple, just orange, and tastes like a pumpkin and not an apple. So maybe completely different.
They're curious, so I love that.
Yeah.
They do want to see, they do want to touch and see what's going on. So,
Jim, I saw a lot of your stuff like this year. I think we all kind of vicariously watch what's happening with other carvers and stuff. How many little gigs did you did? You do
Did a lot,
because you did a lot. It seemed like I saw you every weekend. You were somewhere.
Probably not as much as some, but I've had some really good opportunities this year to do these events. I've got my goal is to try and go out and carve with as many carvers as possible to see their little tips and tricks and what do they do different than I don't do, and what can I pick up and what can I learn. So I had the opportunity to go up and carve with the Outrageous Pumpkin Season 1 champion, Danny Kissel. Got to last weekend I was over down here in Kinston with Patrick O'Brien, Fruit Carving Ninja. Just learning a little bit from everybody. So it's just the as you may have figured out, the pumpkin carving community is so supportive. Just everybody loves hanging out, geeking out about pumpkins, which tools, which pumpkin, what little tweaks they do for various techniques. So it's just great fun learning the whole time.
So your goal is world dominance. So you're just basically
kind of sounds like that.
Getting everybody's got all right. No, we're cool. We're cool.
I just want to hang with all the great carvers just for an afternoon and just geek out for a day.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'd be good with that.
It is really fun. Paul and I can attest to. Oh, look at that! That is so good. That's one of my favorite. I don't think I've seen that kind of hood pulled down that way before. It's beautiful. But Paul and I, when we were, I swear, like watching Gabriel Venus carve and watching Luke Schroeder carve, and again, sitting next to Paul and watching him do his thing, let alone teaching classes, that was like excellent. Right, Paul? Come on, work with me.
Yes, Matt. Carving next to you was a dream come true.
Okay, now I know you just blowing smoke. That's not nice.
No, you and I, well, no, I agree with you. I'm just busting your chops because that's what I'm here to do. You and I have been carving together for so long, and then that was the very first time that you and I had ever carved together in person.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
weird. It was weird but familiar. You know, I've sat and watched you on the show carve. After sometimes I'll watch the thing and just kind of watch what you're doing, but to see you do it in person, and you banged out a couple of beauties, so that was even more impressive.
I love to bang beauties. That's my thing.
Giggity, giggity.
Ooh. Sorry.
Jimmy, nice work on those ones.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry.
I like the salty sailor.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. You do get great expressions, man.
You do.
I appreciate it. The one thing that I need to incorporate more is scale, because that's a little butternut. It's like 7 inches tall, and I don't think people appreciate that. That's not a pumpkin. Full scale. Those details are really, really tiny. Those eyes and all that crap is really, really small, and it makes it more precious. To see, your hand can engulf that little thing.
See, but what I like about those two, Jimmy, is those are the ones that you can go to like a art store or a hobby shop and get some sort of a cookie container or a large vase with a lid, and you can preserve some of those. Like, I agree with you. Like, that's precious. I love finishing a butternut squash and kind of doing all the details and looking at it and being like, wow, that's cool. Instead of being like, that'll do. Like that's good enough. But to be like, oh, that one's really like cool how you take this shape and you manipulate the shape of whatever you're working with to fit a face, or the face fits the shape, I should say. That's when I get like, maybe I want to hold on to this one for a couple months. I'm not done looking at this one yet.
I've got one of those sitting in a jar over there. It's 2 years old. It's basically just floating baby food at this point. I'm afraid to bump it because it's just gonna particleize everywhere. But
that's the one.
That
before we went on, I was actually trying to find the original date for the one that I got. That's been sitting on my table, I think, since the show started. I think it was there.
Yeah, minimum 2 years. Yeah, easy.
Yeah, no, I think it was there before we. I think it was back when you and I, Matt, were just doing carving in quarantine.
Wow.
Me, you, and John Davis and Jimmy.
Wow.
We've been doing this a long time, boys. Oh, the chia one. I always felt bad because you got to wait so long for the chia seeds to propagate that the sculpt was always rotting.
Yeah, I put it in a bad light. The Wolfman turned out better, but that one I tried to start it in a different part of the house, which got no light. So I got a 2-day delay with the cheese not doing anything. So I finally put it in a better, more lit, more sunlight friendly area. And then it started to grow. By that time it was starting to rot and everything. For this character, it sort of worked out, but
it does work. Yeah.
But the Wolfman was much better.
And it looks like you put a little makeup on him, huh?
I just airbrushed around his eyes a little bit to get.
I'm coming around to it a little bit. I'm coming around to it. I think for dramatic might not be the right word, but for just aesthetics in certain lightings or certain effects, like I agree. I'm always a big show it with the lighting, like make your lighting the star of the photo.
Yes.
But there are some things that you just can't do without a little bit of help from makeup. Ask 999% of the women out there. Well, just a little bit of makeup goes a long way.
Yeah.
Well, in those direct light things, like at the venue at Phillips Farms, direct light, you're not going to see the shadows. So I do take my airbrush, and on occasion, if I've got a little bit of time, I'll pop a little brown in there. I like the monochrome, so it looks like a natural shadow.
Yeah.
But I'll enhance it a little bit so you can see it in direct light. And so because if you get back too far, the shadows fall apart, and then it sort of looks like an orange blob. So just tweak it a little bit, punch those up, so it carries from a farther distance. I'm not opposed.
I think it looks great.
I should do that more because when I've been on a couple little local shows and stuff, and man, the lighting in there it's like a cafeteria when you're in 8th grade. It's like all this crazy bright, every shadow's gone, and it's and that's what they want because they're in a news, but it kills the pumpkin. You're like, no, really, people at home, this doesn't look like just a pancake, a white lumpy pancake,
Yeah, I had one gig this year where as I was finishing it up, and it was a pretty good one, for just off the cuff, the sun came and I was under a tent and it was nice shadows all day. And as soon as I was just about done, the sun was at a point in the sky where it was like a spotlight, like a beam on it, and you couldn't see any of it. It was just all washed out. And I'm like, well, that's all, folks. I don't know what to tell you. We can turn it around or bring it inside.
Okay. On that last picture, trivia question: who played the monster?
Mickey knows.
I'll throw a guess out. Ernest Borgnine.
Ooh, good one.
Darn close.
No, okay. I'm gonna say Julie Andrews.
Ooh. Very nice.
No.
Come on, Mick. You don't got an answer on this?
No, you know what? I actually don't have an answer for this one. I'll say Julie from The Love Boat.
It's Christopher Reeves. Is it Christopher Reeves?
It is not. In this movie, Monster from Hell, I believe it was, he played with Peter Cushing, and the two of them were in another movie together that did a little better than this one.
Yes.
Exorcist?
Peter Cushing was in Star Wars.
So is this
that's Mayhew.
That's Darth Vader, actually.
Oh,
What?
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Larry Johnson. Got it.
Nick, I think Jim might be a bigger movie nerd than you. I think we have a nerd off tonight. Might be a little.
I'm pretty
trivia
good.
podcast.
You guys should fight it out. Let's hear.
I think so.
Put up your dukes.
You guys have VR headsets. You could virtually duke it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another good one, Jimmy.
Oh God, yeah, I like that. See, Jim, I think what I like about that one is those ears on the outside there. I'm so used to peeling it all the way back and putting the ear and forming the head to where the ear goes normally. And I think that's really cool that you did it with just on the orange. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. What do you think, Paul?
No, I love it. Well, it fits the shape too. Obviously you got the face tilted right, and the ears are tilted just right, and you got all the right wrinkles. It's just a good, fun style. You got a great style, Jimmy. I do love it.
You should do this more often.
Yeah. We're here to encourage you, Jim.
You should win more contests.
Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah, it's addicting, I'll tell you. You guys know that.
Oh my God, yeah.
What's addicting? Pumpkin carving?
Yeah.
Always.
I can quit whatever I want.
Doubt it.
Oh, look at this. I remember you doing this one. This is when you first started extruding the head up there a bit. Doing the multiple pieces.
I think this
I wish Brandy was here for this too, because this is very reminiscent of Brandy loves to do this style kind of
Absolutely.
too.
What's
that?
I think the pumpkin you have of representing her in your display of the rabbit from the Mad Hatter and Wonderland. I think she's got that sort of thing where she's attaching the ears and other parts from the pumpkins and hollowed out, behind to make the torso ever pop out, and then adding on top. So she's got these multiple levels here. Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah. She's one of the reasons I got into pumpkin carving. Back in the day, 6-7 years ago, one of her videos, aside from obviously Ray, etc., but I remember seeing a video on YouTube of she did, I think, the Batman.
Batman was great. The Kung Fu Panda was another one.
Joker,
that was, and she painted that one.
Yeah. The what do you call those giant things that came off the hat were insane. That was so great. I remember that one.
And then Andy Burkholz did Pumpkinhead. I think he's got a video carving Pumpkinhead for Stan Winston School.
Yeah, I think I watched that 3 times.
Yeah, so you see those sorts of videos. It's like, how can you not want to dig in here and just give that a shot?
Yeah.
I mean, just awesome talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another good one. See, Jim, you just got your style nailed down, and that's what I like about you. You have a great style.
I don't know if it's a style. It's something, but appreciate it.
Well, I'd like to just throw a question out to the audience, because we got like Frazzle and a bunch of other folks that are
Joey Edwards is watching.
I'd like to know if other folks had the same kind of season we did. Now that the season's all over, we can say, we went a couple places on TV. I'd love to know if they got, a couple of cool appearances or that kind of thing too. Because it's just, we're like Jim said, we're a little community, but we actually give to Essas about, hearing about this stuff. I'm just always interested to hear where people went. I mean, I see people go on these crazy, U.S., big national shows carving these things. It just blows my mind. So
that was Jim. That was Jim this year. Every weekend he was somewhere else.
Yeah,
packing a car you were like a nomad. You were literally like a nomad this year.
Let's see. Let's review who went to Monsterpalooza. Was I there? No, I wasn't. Who was that Monster?
Welcome to come. We're back again next year, so you're welcome to come with us.
Jimmy, they call that diverting.
Yeah, that's mean. Can't do that.
Don't divert. By the way, not to mention Monsterpalooza, but guess who's already booked for Monsterpalooza 2023?
Oh, where's my beer? Yeah.
No, seriously, if you don't know, it's us.
I was guessing Julie Andrews. I think that was the previous one.
She will be there. She's signing. Did you know she was the Jason?
Curry.
She was Jason Voorhees, and I think number 7 and 8.
Oh, really?
Did you not know that?
Was that the musical one? I think that was.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Broadway.
But yeah, we're going back, baby. And
sweet.
So we've got a whole bunch of time to work on. I don't know. We're there to really have a good time and interview people and spread the love. But we might want to work on some collectibles, I think, for this year.
Yeah.
Matt and I.
Stuff to get rid of.
And Mick as well. Mick's going to have some killer album. Mickey's working on an album. He's going to play all the instruments and do all his album cover art.
To learn how to play an instrument.
Don't worry, Matt and I can teach you. Matt can play the male organ like nobody's ever heard. Sorry, you can blurt that. You can get that out and edit. We'll edit.
Yeah,
Well,
you can play.
Edit that in post.
Well, you play the skin flute probably better than anyone ever heard.
That's it. Yeah. So
what did Frazzle Stash say, Mickey?
Right here.
3 cars from Heinz. Oh my God, I've heard of them. I eat their ketchup. Taught free etching master classes at local winery. Several commissions. No. Hell yeah!
Fucking right.
I love that crap. That's badass. That's great.
Good stuff.
Master classes too. Well
That's
done.
fantastic.
What makes a master class?
Stuff like this.
Oh my god.
This would be in a master class, would it not? This is amazing.
I like that one. Are you familiar with The Howling, the movie poster?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just checking. You know, you get one good pumpkin a year.
Julie Andrews was in that.
Julie Andrews.
Exactly.
The Howling. She was in the American Werewolf in London suit. When they shot her at the end there.
She actually sang the song with Warren Zevon as well.
That's right.
She was on backups.
It's funny you mentioned that because Rick Baker, here's your worthless trivia for this one. Rick Baker was on The Howling when he got a call from, who was it, Landis, to come over and do American Werewolf. And
Wow,
he dropped
at the same time.
Howling to go do American.
You know how old he was?
11.
Like 19.
21 years old.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
21.
Well, he was working on The Exorcist with Dick Smith when he was like 18 or something.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Crazy. I think that's the magical age because I know like Robert Plant and all those guys wrote Stairway to Heaven at age 21. You know,
That's
Yeah.
Joey.
Joey's on the local. Of course,
Joey's everywhere.
He's everywhere all the time. That's his thing.
Superstar.
That's so cool.
I was on TV too, but nobody cares.
Oh,
Damn it, it's over. It's in the wind. It's in the wind.
It's over, Polly. It's over.
It's all downhill from here.
Paul, I cared.
Another good one. I never saw that one, Jim. I don't remember seeing that.
I think that was
Another daytime one too.
Yeah, last year, year before. I
You got
did
some
that.
balls to put those things on there and support them.
Yeah, that was 2 days in a row. I was carving another one down at the Phillips farm, and I was doing 2 days in a row there. And I show up the next day, and they had it on their little
Thanks, Mom.
display, and one of the wings was missing. And boy, he was not happy with that. He's like, "Oh, those kids, they just got to touch the wings. They pulled it off."
Yeah,
so
little
great.
bastards. Have kids, they said. They're
It didn't
great.
last. That's okay.
Excuse me.
That's why you always carry a stun gun or cattle prod. Like if the kids get too close, zap them in the back. You know. Sorry, Mom. There I go again.
There I go.
Mom's watching.
Not
I'll
us.
just
We
make
were
a spare wing.
model children.
Matt's on fire this episode.
Sorry, I just
Wow. Just upsetting Mom every other word.
I'm gonna get a nasty gram in a minute. Just son, no
She's
Christmas.
gonna
present.
unfriend you.
That's okay. I've been unfriended before.
Won't be the first time.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, man.
Oh, stop it.
Hey, Danny. Thanks for joining.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Danny boy.
By the way, see, I love Danny Kissel. Look at his. He's got that eat more ham like that. That's one of my favorite. He did that. So you know what, Paul? Have you ever done one of the ones that kind of extend like that, like are coming out of the pumpkin? I don't think I've ever done one like that.
Coming out of the pumpkin? I
But
have. I just can't remember it.
Okay,
I know I
mean,
have done something.
Danny does them. Lots of people do them. That's the new thing. I guess.
Is that the new thing?
Sharpen my skills.
It's better than skinny jeans, I'll tell you. It sounds more doable.
Anything's better than that.
What's up, Danny?
Christ. Yeah, thanks for joining in. Yeah, you got some good. You always have good concepts, man.
Yeah,
Always.
get it.
Yeah. Oh wow, I love that jaw. That's cool as hell.
Mm.
You get in and just play. You know how it goes.
And you carve a lot. Like, you know, you're not a 4 or 5 carving a season kind of guy. You pump out a lot.
Maybe 10 in a good season, but some of these folks are doing 1 or 2 a day. So
Yeah.
I'll take what I can get.
That doesn't always mean, as you know, unless you're a bionic sculptor, you can't rip into these things that fast. Developing forms and primary and secondary shapes takes time, apparently, because I know I've gotten slow as hell. Either that or I'm just getting old.
Well, Paul, what I found, like even at any of these events, and Jim, you can attest to this, I find myself talking to somebody and stopping carving. Like we're here right now, I can just keep carving, right? Frazzle did 20. That's pretty commendable. I think I probably did 10, 11, maybe 12. I mean, but the thing is, I start talking to people. Next thing you know, it's like, oh shit, this thing's starting to dry out. I better stop talking to this guy. And
what, like Arizona?
Yeah.
Well, Matt and I went and taught a class after starting. We both started one, and they were headed in really good directions the night before.
Right.
So we wrapped them up. We brought them back to our place. We put them in the fridge like you do to preserve them, like we've talked about. Get them out the next morning out of the fridge. They're both in great shape, ready to go for the day. And we drew short straw. Well, not short straw, but we had agreed to do the early class, the 2-hour class. And so we bring, 11 a.m. So, the sun's not, it's literally 400 degrees in Arizona. I don't know. Bullshit.
No exaggeration at all right there. Yeah.
It is so hot. But so we leave the pumpkins out. We go, we teach the class. We come back and it's like a couple of neoprene, like scuba diving suits. It was just rubber. We were already like dehydrated and mushy, but we had to kind of stay with it. So the two of us had like a tear in our eye all day of just, and I just microscraped this thing. So they took like twice as long, but we got them done.
Yeah.
It's just, we were on pace to be like, I'm going to bang out a beauty and get another beauty done. And like, damn, it goes back to those damn kids. They needed to know how to carve pumpkins.
Yeah.
It's your fault, kids.
It is all about the kids, though.
Tombstone is up down by Mexico.
That's down by Matt. That's an hour south of you, right?
Yeah. So we were an hour northwest of Phoenix. So Tucson and where we were probably about 3 hours from each other, maybe 3.5. It's a ways, but it's big state.
Huge state. I saw every bit of it when I went there.
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah, it was
huge.
It's a big state. Yeah. But hey, Frazzle Stash is going to come out. We'll just have a big. He'll be our etcher.
There you go.
Yeah. Right. And then Joey. Listen to this. Here's what I'm throwing out there right now. Joey, I don't know if you got a booth for Monster Palooza or if you're going to go or whatever, but our booth is going to be open to anybody that wants to carve along with us, that's fans of the show and is in the pumpkin community, the pumpkin world. If you guys want to come by and you are a fan of the show or you've been on the show, you are more than welcome to grab a piece of produce and carve along with us. Because Matt, Mick, and I plan on doing a lot more of the show this year from Monster Palooza. A more formatted thing where we go and we'll grab another amazing artist, whether it's Lee Joyner or Rob Berman or Mike Fax or Ted Haynes. Like there's a million people. I don't even leave anybody out. But we want to go around as a crew and talk to people. So the more people we have at our booth, our crew of past guests, fans, and everything that support the Carvers Creators show, the better. So the stronger showing we have at Monster Palooza for the pumpkin community, right? The better.
Yep.
Anybody that shows up and carves along with us gets a T-shirt.
Yes, and a hug from me.
And it says staff on the back. Just
staff.
That's right.
You work for us.
You're in.
Yeah. No, but I think it'd be fun, man. I first of all, Monster Palooza is a really cool. That was I could only imagine what it would have been like to go there as a kid.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Where's it located?
That's Monster Disneyland. Pasadena.
Yeah, Pasadena.
That was a super fun event. First time I ever met Mick.
Yes.
Doing the show for almost 2 years, we had never met in person, and that's the first time.
Yeah.
And it was a great weekend.
Yeah, and my liver just stopped yelling at me.
Yeah.
But we were the okay. I better not say this out loud, but we had a cooler behind our thing, and
Kayfabe.
Yeah, us and everybody else, I feel like too, though, because
Yeah, I know. But
there was a lot of like-minded people there.
Sneak back and taste what beer tastes like for 5 minutes, and then
we forgot what it tastes like, so we had to constantly remind it.
Hey, I'm telling you, sometimes it's easy to forget. So you got to remind yourself often.
Speaking of which,
There you go.
Right. Yeah, well, if I drink my bourbon like that, it'll be a different show.
Yeah. That'll be the blue version.
Yeah,
It's called Carvers After Dark.
I got my Barry White voice going on.
I know, it's very sultry.
Hello, ladies.
Let's go.
You'll never find.
That's Lou Rawls.
Well, still. Someone who
It's the song that popped in my head, Mick.
It's so good, though. I mean,
It could have been all about that bass.
I was just bragging that I knew who the song was by.
It is very impressive. And as soon as it came out of my mouth, I was kind of like, that's not Barry White. And you called me on it, so I appreciate you.
That's Barry Windham.
Barry Windham. I went to high school with that guy.
Barry Windham.
Mike Rotundo.
Well, it was sort of Julie Andrew-esque, but okay, we'll go with Barry White.
Sorry.
Oh, dear.
So good.
Here we go. Man, this thing is a mile thick. All right, I'm gonna pimp out my wait, come to meet you all. Circle David Smith. Oh yeah, we're coming to Ohio. We just got
that's on the agenda for next year. We're gonna try and make a stop.
Frazzle.
All the Carvers are in Ohio.
It's
I know,
there's something in the water, man.
Yeah, it's called nuclear waste.
Oh, that's messed up.
Sorry. I'm sure they're happy about it. No, but they do have amazing carvers out there. So there's we got to go be a part of that crew. And I forgot what I was going to say. So just let's continue. So it was brilliant. Let me tell you, whatever it was. Funny.
No, well, the plan for next year is to kind of set ourselves up at an event with everyone. See if somebody's interested from Ohio of sponsoring a couple of pumpkin carvers that have been around a while, to bring in the Carvers and Creators show in our format to an event. Maybe they see the value in it. We work for cheap. We're not kidding. We're very expensive.
Yeah, very. Let's break it to them. Let's break it to them the hard way.
We have those $4 signs on our Yelp review.
Yeah, right.
4?
4.
Yeah.
And there's only 3, so we got an extra one.
We're holding one up in the picture.
That's a good
one more.
That's a good one.
That just adds value right there.
Right. Then they know we're worthy.
Yeah, no, that's the plan. We're gonna reach out, and as the season progresses, we're obviously going to LA. Matt, Mick, and I will hopefully, presumably, going back to Arizona.
Yeah,
and we'd like to make a stop in Ohio to see all our friends and lovely pumpkin carving community and culture out there in Ohio. It's going to be overwhelming because there's so many.
Yeah,
it's going to be cool.
But hopefully there won't be any drinking, because I get that.
By that point, I'll probably have stopped drinking. I'm just
gonna
get old.
I'll be in an iron lung at that point. They still make those. That's what I want to sit in for a while, just kind of chill out.
Kind of how the season goes.
What's round on the sides and high in the middle? Oh, hi, oh.
Go Buckeyes.
There you go. Yeah, let's do it.
Is it Michigan Buckeyes this weekend? Michigan and
is that the
Ohio State? I think so.
You mean that state up north?
Yes, that one. Harbaugh's State.
Well, Jim, he just doesn't do pumpkins. This guy is multi-talented. We saw the beach earlier, and that doesn't stop him from carving on the beach.
He's got that North Carolina shoreline.
Looking good.
How far are you from the beach, Jim?
About 2.5 hours from the.
Holy Moses!
So
you can buy sand and put it in your backyard, so you don't have to travel that far, right?
Right, you can just take it from
Coal
there.
would be cheaper than gas.
that's nothing. It's a good day trip. You hop in the car, you run down there, you play all day. You can only be in the sun for 3 to 5 hours before you're toast anyhow. Hop back in the car, drive back home, and crash. And it's a good day trip. The wife sits out by the water line, reads a book. I putz around in the sand. We meet for lunch back at the little cover, and then she goes back out, finishes her book. I go finish my sculpt and call it a day.
That's awesome. Do you guys take separate vehicles? Sounds like a whole different experience.
Nah.
Well, in fairness, I'm 2.5 hours from the beach, and I'm only 15 miles away from the beach.
I knew there was a punchline somewhere.
Yeah.
So, making sand sculptures, I really would. I'd love to get into that more. So, Jim, the ones you do, I know they're kind of like a 4-hour little quick one. Have you ever done one that's like these giant, like multiple layer packed sand, like masterpieces you see?
I have seen those, and I do not have the equipment for that to pack the sand, to set up the walls and everything. Yeah. I just, we're there for an afternoon, so I just make a little pile, throw a bunch of water on it, and hope for the best. But the true sand sculptors are amazing.
Yeah.
They also have a little bit more clay in the sand than what we've got at the beach. So you can get those undercuts a little bit better. But, this is fun. It's something to do because I can't just sit and stare at the water. You gotta do something with your hands. But those professional sand sculptors, incredible.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's my thing. So my kids, since they were little, there was times where they would be 2 or 3 times doing the boogie boards, coming back, drying off, getting cold, eating something, going back. And I still hadn't stopped carving. They're like, Dad, please come out in the water. I'm like, hang on. There's a rhino horn. Or an elephant leg. It's like, and I get so focused on it. But the tough thing for me to really get in my head is that top has to be finished. I think when we carve pumpkins, right, we can go anywhere on the thing anytime. Oh, it's to work on the eye for a while. But when you work on a sand sculpture, it's got to be from the top to be down. Otherwise, you're, having problems, like the sand just continues to fall because it's this thing called gravity I read about.
It's an illusion.
It's an illusion. Okay, I just got to turn off gravity and I'll be all right.
Good. You believe in gravity. You believe the world is round. That's my
Sorry.
It is a different process though, and I'm still learning it. It's fun.
Yeah, but you just said it right there. It's just a process. It's something else.
Yeah, you figure it out. Yeah,
it's like when we'll have like a great additive sculptor, just a trained sculptor on. They're like, wow, I have such a hard time doing it negative. It's like, really? That baffles my mind.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I have the same problem when I'm building up in clay sometimes too. I'm like, oh, I wish it was all just there because I know how to do it if I could just take it away instead of adding it on. And then also it's like, wow, I added way too much.
But that's the fun part is learning a new process.
I agree. Yeah.
Plus, there's a lot you can learn from each process that enhances what you're currently doing. Lots to pull from.
Yeah, it's all fun. I mean, look at what we're doing, guys. This is like the coolest thing ever, right? The kids
think so.
It's the middle of November. We're carving pumpkins with other pumpkin carvers, and there's other artists that love carving pumpkins and creating, watching us do it, and we're all having a fun time. And I don't like being sick, but I do love my bourbon. So that's an added bonus too.
That's the best part of being sick.
Yeah, you can drink as much as you want, and you're still going to feel terrible.
Yeah, right. It makes you feel better for that small little window.
Right, and then then throw it all up and start over.
Oh, throw it all. I hope I'm not that kind of sick.
Well, drink enough.
That's a good point. I'm not a quitter, Maddie. You know that.
No. You got to practice. We got to actually start practicing again for Monsterpalooza anyway. So
Mick, you got to get us that same room, or it'll be bad luck.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
We had a room for a couple of rookies, the three amigos rookies at Monsterpalooza, our room was 6 rooms away from the lobby where the bar was.
Yeah. We
never once had to wait for an elevator. We didn't have to wait for anything. We just rolled out of our room, walked to the event, rolled back to our room, drank the beers in the room, then went to the bar.
Yeah, because you save $10 a drink, you know.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're adults.
Ah.
That means we're cheap.
That's true. So yeah, we're like, okay, hey, there's Tom Savini. Oh my God, there's Jonathan Fuller. I mean, like, we're just, and I'm sitting in the same bar as these guys. Oh, and I can just crawl on my hands and knees back to my room.
Right, we're at the bar, and I'm like, you guys need a beer? And they're like, where are you going? I'm like, to my room to get you the beer. I'm not buying you a beer. That's why I didn't ask you what kind of beer you wanted. You're gonna get what we have.
It's warm.
Hope you like 805. Yeah, room temperature.
And it was the champagne of beers, right?
Yeah.
Right. No, we couldn't afford Miller.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, those 805s are my favorite.
Those are great. Damn it.
And I introduced you guys to Drizzly.
That's right.
Yeah, I had no idea where a liquor store was, so I just ordered it to the hotel.
The life's
Shout
getting
out
so
to
much
Drizzly
easier.
if you're on for a sponsorship.
Yes.
Yeah, Drizzly, we're right here. We're a phone call away. Don't be stupid. It's time.
Yes. A Monsterpalooza hack. We definitely hacked it. So pro tip.
You had lots of people stopping by your booth too, didn't you? Checking out what you're doing. Your live carbs with the squash.
It was beautiful. Yeah. It was like this dream, because I'd turn around, because Paul and I's backs to the crowd, and we're sitting there like kind of and I get somebody over my shoulder. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, that's Turkey Merc, you know, or oh look, there's Ted Haynes, just got who's who standing with him, like everybody he knows is like the main people in Hollywood, and I'm like, oh, and they're looking at my silly squash I'm carving. It's like, but it was beautiful the whole time. Anyway, so we're happy to be going back.
Sweet,
great.
We just got to let them know that we're here year round. We don't, like John Davis used to say, they lock me in a little case and put me away till Halloween. No, we're here year round. You give us something we can dig a tool into, we're gonna carve it.
There you go.
Unless it's 100 degrees at the beach, and Jimmy, you can keep it. I'll stay in the shade.
There's water right there. And
I wish there was better sand in bunkers, because I do love the golf course in the summer.
There you go.
There is that.
Yeah, but I don't want to be in those bunkers. Screw those bunkers.
It's like taking sand to the beach.
It's like bringing a sandwich to a picnic. You know what I mean?
I do. Sorry.
I'll tell you what, the bunkers around here, they actually have sand in them.
You've got those Carolina bunkers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, down in Texas, 18 years down there, the bunkers are basically concrete. You're not getting the club under the ball there. You take the putter in there and hope for the best. Or you learn to slap that club open face down just under it so it slides. You're not taking sand underneath it.
Yeah, it's like hitting into a pool with no water in it.
Yeah.
Right. Jimmy, you're percolating my ear stems. It sounds like you're a golfer.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I might have swung a club or two. I'm not good at it, but I enjoy it.
But all right. So I got to play the U.S. Open layout at Brookline for this year's U.S. Open.
Which is why you're sick today. But
it is literally the reason why I'm sick, because who I played with had this, but it was worth it. And we had to walk, and it was over 8 miles.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a layout.
Yeah.
And it makes you realize how shitty your golf shoes are.
Oh. Yeah.
I was so mad at them. I could care less how I was playing. My shoes were letting me down.
Blame the shoes. That's what I did.
You gotta blame something. Certainly wasn't my swing.
Really?
You know that old saying where the good carpenter blames his tools?
Yeah. Carpenter always blames the hammer.
Yeah.
So Jim, tell us about this one. This is an interesting story about the Las Vegas Knights.
Ooh, I love this one. Yeah.
So YouTube's a horrible corrupter. And when I'm working, doing an animation, something like that on the computer, 3D animation, I don't have to think, because I know what I'm doing for the most part. So I usually have a YouTube channel playing off to the right and just sort of listening.
Carvers Creators, for instance. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. I do catch that. And a few years ago, I was watching, I think it was a Tested.com presentation where they had Frank Ippolito and Evil Ted putting together these costumes for the video game For Honor promotion, where they were going to have 3 or 4 of these characters from the video game in real life. And Evil Ted was putting the helmets together and had these patterns and everything with this L200 foam. And that just looked like too much fun. So I had to give that a try. So I had some, it's basically that foam match a stand on. With
the X's on the back, like the tread X's.
Yeah, the little diamond cut.
Yeah.
And so I picked up some of that and did my own pattern. At the time, I was in the sports world, and Vegas Golden Knights was just entering the league. And so I thought, well, here's a good opportunity to learn a new technique with foam fabrication and, gear it towards one of the teams that's coming in. So I took the helmet logo for the Vegas Golden Knights and created a pattern for it and built a helmet. And I had worked with Johnny Greco, who was helping start up the Golden Knights as the game production. And so I finished the helmet, painted it up, posted it online, and he saw it and said, "Hey, I want one of those for the president's desk."
Oh, wow.
And he's like, "Actually, make 2, because I want one for my desk too." So I made 2 more helmets, sending them out to him. He's like, "These are great. They love them. I want 12.
Wow.
So
did you tell him there was a shortage in materials and it was going to be 3 times as much as you initially quoted him?
The next 12.
I always appreciate somebody giving me the opportunity to get paid to do my hobbies.
Yeah, and, right.
So put 12 together, 2 of the gold ones and 10 of the other sort of grayish blue ones, because they had a drum line that they have at one end of the ice, keeping the crowd pumped up and everything. And the 2 gold ones were for their mascot. Cool. They would have this guy at center ice at the beginning of every game doing battle with the bad guy from the other team.
Oh,
and this was, and I think I'd mentioned this before. They went in their first season. They went all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals, and it's
because of your outfit.
Yeah. And I'm going to take credit for it.
Yeah,
it's the only time I ever saw national broadcast NBC cut away from the talking heads to show what the pregame show was on ice. So Johnny just, Greco did just an incredible job putting together this whole show, this whole drama with the knight against the bad guy, incorporating on ice projection and everything. And to the point that they actually had a camera down on ice with them, skating around, showing the on ice level view of the battle and everything. I've never seen NBC cut away from any other broadcast for a Stanley Cup final to go show the pregame show. So he just did incredible things, and I got to be a very small part of it, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you get tickets?
No, didn't quite make it out to Vegas although I'm sure he would have been happy to throw me a couple. He's very generous that way.
Those helmets are amazing.
They are.
It was a learning process, and like I said, anytime somebody's going to pay me to learn a new technique, I love it.
Yeah, I made a pumpkin helmet out of that EVO foam. Remember, you guys saw it on the show.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That was for golf, though, not for hockey. That was literally selfish reasons. If you 3-putt, you had to wear it. Talk about a hobby. I just make weird shit for myself to embarrass my friends.
That's what's great about it, because you can learn new techniques and harass your friends at the same time.
Oh my God, it's the best way to sell a course. Embarrass your friends, learn a new hobby. Wait, you say embarrass your friends? I'm in. Yeah. You had me.
Travel the world. Embarrass your friends.
That's
Shock little kids, with a cattle prod. Oh. That's the one I fell for. Damn it.
Who doesn't? Everybody's falling.
Yeah, you know.
That's the best one.
Jim, that's looking really good.
Dude, it's flying.
Yeah.
Cut the
You
shit.
can't
Jim.
waste it.
You just won the competition. Slow down, all right?
Yeah, come on. All right.
Embarrassing the host of the
You damn peacock. You're just strutting the yard at this point.
cock walking.
He's doing a cock walk.
He'll get there.
Oh, that hurt.
This one's he's kind of shallow, so we're gonna have to do what we can with him.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over the excuse engine.
I'm just whining.
A good craftsman apparently blames his pumpkin shallowness. That's
Well, hey, not for nothing. I did lead these guys in when I got on that mine is like Jello on the top. It's like a lot of bread. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is the only safe spot. Like, watch, check it out. All right, if you can see.
Oh, Lordy. Yeah, that thing's. Oh, look at that.
Awesome. Smells
Look
awesome.
a little bit north of your thumb there. That's a whole nother section. Look, you can just put your finger right in, right? A little bit. Yeah, right there. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a pussy wound.
You know, if you put a air bladder in there, you could get that to pulse.
I could win an Academy Award if I really took it to the next level on this. For makeup.
Just saying.
So I got lucky.
It's not done yet, Jim. It's not done yet.
Yeah, this thing's gonna pulse. I went to the my pumpkin.
Really thick, though.
I got lucky. I got this really cool looking. It's like heavier than it looks, and my pumpkin guru said it's called the variety is called Camaro, like as in bitch and Camaro. And,
Really?
and I was like, this is so cool, and it's like this really smooth, kind of tiny stem. When you walk by it 100 times because that's a nice little dumb beach ball. I'm not going to get that. And then you pick it up and like, oh god, it's heavy. So it's like it's really thick. You can see in the mouth. I got lots to go still, but I think we got another couple of weeks before pumpkins are completely gone here. But
This is my last one.
oh boy, okay.
How's the shell on that one? You know how the smaller pumpkins have that really tough shell to get through?
This is like it's paper. It's like so thin, and it's
Really?
like that's nothing.
They're called Camaro.
Camaro, and I got one of these. I got a red Hubbard.
How big do they get, Maddie?
The biggest one I saw is like maybe twice human head size.
Really?
It's probably it's not.
Wait, when you say human head, like my human head or your human head?
Oh, it's like half of mine, like three of yours.
There we go. That thank you.
So yeah, like 1.5 of Mickey's.
Who do I have, a pinhead?
No, but I mean,
they can get big though.
I
Pretty big.
I don't think I didn't see a big one. Maybe it's just because it's the end of the season. I don't know because they picked these and got them delivered after Halloween. So I was like, okay, these are relatively fresh. It's my first time ever carving one, but the ones they had there, the biggest one I saw was probably 25 pounds. I mean, maybe.
That's not. I mean, it's not huge, but that's definitely carvable.
Yeah,
That's respectable.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not only that, like, see, if you're saying that thick, that might be worth a looky-loo.
yeah. I mean, it's extremely heavy for its size. I mean, it's I guess you know what I had to do is core the back and just measure it. You know, like you do with a ruler sometimes. And I got some of these things. I got this red Hubbard there, which is a little tiny guy, like a big softball. So I'm happy for a short amount of time until they're all gone.
I'm so happy that you still have places out in Arizona that don't immediately jump to Christmas the day after Halloween. I went to, and I'm going to call them out, Mahoney's in Tewksbury, Massachusetts. I went a day or two after Halloween to get their leftovers for their ornamental squash, like their Hubbards and what they had left over from their good pumpkins. It was friggin' Christmas trees.
Oh, wow, already.
Christmas trees and beautiful ornaments and garlands. So shame on you. Get your shit together and give somebody. What happened to the cornucopia?
Yes.
Whatever the pumpkins on the table at Thanksgiving.
I mean, isn't that where it started? For God's sake, you're in Massachusetts. Get it together. That's some decorum, people.
But Massachusetts is lacking when it comes to sticking around through the holidays. They're just waiting for tax season. That's why they call it Taxachusetts. That's their biggest holiday.
The Reaper.
So Jim, you actually had a skin condition that I'm sure you want to tell everybody about. It was really bad at one point. And it's cleared up since, and it's good on you. But yeah, tell us more about what you had here.
Was this in your Navy days?
Yeah, pretty much. I got better.
I'm not dead yet. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm obviously a huge Halloween fan, and makeup artist, etc., etc. Back when I was like 6, 8 years old, whatever. One of my favorite gifts I ever got was this Dick Smith makeup kit that had the molds and everything like that. And looking back on it, I didn't figure this out till just recently. To create those little applications, they were using Knox gelatin. It wasn't labeled as much; it was their magic powder. But I started sculpting these application effects for various diseases, scars, etc., boils, blisters, in the computer using a sort of a ZBrush similar knockoff thing, organic sculpting, and then actually it's Sculptress,
yes, that's another one.
Yeah, and so I would sculpt that in the computer, then I'd 3D print the actual mold. So I'd skip the whole clay thing, and I could just print the mold, and then use that to do the Knox gelatin application, which is nice because it washes off with warm water. You don't have to. That's basically what the sculpt looks like. That previous one was the various applications for the Joker from The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
The 2 scars in the cheeks and the one little lip application.
Oh, do you like that makeup? We just had John Caglione on. No big deal, Johnny.
Yeah.
He just
did the original makeup.
Yeah,
sat with Mr. Ledger himself, that crazy guy.
Yeah, so it looks like that. You throw a little gelatin in there, tweak it a bit, and throw it in the fridge for 15 minutes, and then start application with just warm water.
So Jimmy, I gotta ask: Did you do like a 3D scan of your face or anything, or did you just sculpt it at a scale that it wouldn't really matter because it's gelatin and it could form to wherever you want to put it?
Exactly. Yeah, those pieces are so small. They you can wrap it around whatever surface, and it doesn't matter. It's flexible and pliable.
But it's made of gelatin, but you still had to use like a liquid latex to kind of feather it out.
Water.
Just what? Really? Water melts it back in?
Yeah. I use a little bit of the Knox as adhesive. So I'll get to a warm Knox, not boiling hot, just warm Knox, and put it on the face and use that as adhesive. Then you can use warm water to blend it. So it's really quick and dirty and easy, kid friendly, easy to take off afterwards.
You can eat it.
Yeah. What's that?
You can eat it.
Yes, you
if
can.
You want to, you just chew it up.
It's food related.
Yeah.
And I chase my daughter around when she goes through makeup changes. If something gets too old in her kid or something, I say, don't throw away that powder. I can use that. That's a good bruise color. That's good spackle for blood effects or anything.
How good was the adhesion? Like, could you actually what was the kind of like the shelf life for when you would move your mouth or anything? Would it just pop off or?
No, it would last an hour or two. Eventually, it does dry out because it is, sort of a water-based gelatin, and it will dry out and sort of peel off. But for a few good pictures or for a quick, freak somebody out, it's a good thing.
It looks dynamite. Seriously,
it looks really good.
It's a lot easier to entry level into the whole makeup effects thing as opposed to getting into the latex or foam latex and trying to figure that out right out of the blocks. This is, real easy, real simple. Like I said, Dick Smith had this figured out years ago. So I'm just, adding the 3D printing aspect to it. And I didn't invent that either. It's just something to play with.
Matt did, Matt.
You're welcome. You're welcome, world.
Thank you, Matt. Sculptor, innovator, Matt. Harper, everybody.
Matt, you got those teeth going and everything already. I'm waiting.
Matt is like shot out of a cannon on these. Unbelievable. I have to stay up all night to try and catch up with them.
Oh, I just what am I gonna do? Not sculpt? Oh, I'm trying to find my toothbrush. Can't find a toothbrush. He's gonna have to just get some Let's have to blast his teeth. So the thing I'm struggling with, and I'm like pausing right now because I'm gonna make him into a Frank. One of the thought I had was to sew his face as if it's it's sewn onto the pumpkin. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's something you could think about after. I mean, honestly, as long as you stay away from the perimeter, right?
Yeah, because there's plenty of room, and I could do something cool. I'm trying to see how that would like tuck back in, and I want strings kind of holding it, like the tension, and that kind of thing. Like he's crying because his face is coming off the pumpkin or something. Anyway, it's all in here, never coming out.
Usually they cry because you came on. Wait, what?
What?
What? Sorry.
Oh, he went right to you too. You get the look.
Listen. I'm a slow starter.
Ooh, I can see what you got going there though.
But see, I'm starting to get. It's got a long way to go, but I'm starting to get that ridge that I like to establish and pull the eyes back, kind of around it. I don't want it to look flat.
And you can already see where the nose is tucked in there.
And I don't know where I'm going. No direction yet. I know the subject. So he's going to be crying. I don't know what kind of Frank he's going to be yet, but
yeah,
I'll get it done.
That's a great thing that I always have to remember to do is turn it to the side. What's the profile like? Because you can block this all in, but you look at the profile and it starts looking flat.
It's no good. Yeah,
it's a great reminder to push that bridge of the nose back and hit that brow bone. Put the cheeks back a little bit more. And, so the cheeks aren't flat. They actually cut back in towards the mouth and that sort of thing. So great.
You find that out. And you find that out really fast too if you do the mouth too early, like the corners of the mouth too early, and you can't tuck them in enough. Or when you do tuck them in, the cheeks are so far out that it just looks wonky. So it's like you gotta feather it and turn it and feather it and turn it, and then check your deep spots, right? Mm-hmm. Check. And I got a ton of material here, which is almost in a way depressing because I'm like, shit, I got to do that all again, which is a good thing, but. I'm sick. I want to take a nap. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to power through.
Well, you get a refrigerator. I think your entire outdoors is now becoming a refrigerator. So
well, it is. We're getting down into the 20s tonight. You can't save this. I might have to start like they did with like Gang Green. I might have to start lopping off pieces of the pumpkin to prevent the future rot of this thing. That's why the time is of the essence. I'll get it done. Well, it is like a Frankenstein. So if it does start rotting, then maybe I can like you were saying with the stitches, maybe I can stitch a piece back onto it.
Oh,
I'm not promising anything. Don't worry. It's just all NyQuil brain.
We're not going to hold you to it.
Thank you. Edit it out.
I do a lot of editing in this video.
So much editing in this episode.
That's why you get the big bucks.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Yes.
Yep. Mick gets all the residual checks from YouTube.
Oh yeah.
We have a few, right?
Yeah, we actually we're at the point where Matt and I need to do some stuff in the back end to make sure that we do get paid. So smash that like button.
Special banking.
Seriously.
We'll have to open a whole new bank.
What am I drinking out of? McFrass's wants to know what I'm drinking out of.
Well,
so this is from Mike Regan, Mike Effects. He's an amazing sculptor, Hollywood guy that has like blossomed out into making crazy ceramics. And he makes, you have the octopus one, don't you, Matt?
Oh yeah, I'll show it.
Yeah, Mike Regan's amazing. He makes so much stuff too. It's like every time you look, it's something new.
So he makes this cycloptopus, if you can see the back.
Cycloptopus. Well, we can't see it from back there.
Oh well, he's right there. But here's his little friend.
Oh, you got his friend. You got the little guy too.
I got when we were in Monstapalooza. That's his little brother. And the big one is on the wall. I'm afraid to get it off.
What is it? Cyclopean? Is that what it's called?
It's a cycloptopus.
Cycloptopus.
Yeah.
Octopus. Oh, Cyclopean is what your dude wanted us to put on the wheel. Cyclopean.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Cyclopean gaze.
it brings me back to Method Man every time. The Method's got me open like cyclopean tubes.
Yeah, there you go. METHOD, man.
Jim knows he's a big rap guy.
Oh yeah.
Way back. He's a Dougie Fresh guy. He's not more.
That's right. That's right.
Kids play. He's like old school.
Yeah, is Kraftwerk a rap group? I don't know.
They're a German rap group.
We'll go with that.
German rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was supposed to see Kraftwerk, and I think it got canceled because of COVID. It was like it was during that time, and I remember getting. I was bummed out. It was we actually had. That's a band I wanted to see for a long time.
That's an actual band, huh?
Yeah.
At this point, it can just be a computer program. Just
as I said, I go like we're gonna know if it's the original members or not. They could put anybody up there now.
Well,
just put some red shirts on, all buttoned to the top, and rock back and forth, and hit the go button on your Moog amplifier.
There was another band called The Residents, which was like that. It had the big eyeball, and then with the legs coming out of it with the big top hats. I said that could be anybody as well. So.
Or the Gorillas.
The Gorilla, yeah, same thing.
Yeah, Marshmallow Guy or Modest Mouse or any of those guys, yeah.
Right.
Dead Mouse 5.
Dead Mouse. That's what.
Dead Mouse.
Well, Leonard Skinner at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
Or Ozzy.
Yeah, they were a killer rap band out of Atlanta. Leonard Skinner. Look them up, kids.
Atlanta.
Ooh, that smell.
Jacksonville.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make it like I'll just throw out just dumb facts.
Oh, there's your Lou Rawls rebuttal.
Oh, wait a minute, we got a rebuttal.
Well, he called me out and I said, "You'll never find."
Oh no, Daft Punk broke up.
Yeah.
Who got the helmet?
Oh, that's right. I remember seeing McFrazzle Stash's Daft Punk was badass.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Who was it? Ironhead Studio did their helmets.
Oh, really?
Really? You know who did?
I'm guessing. I'm asking.
Name dropping Jim, they call you.
Oh, I don't know these people. I'm just wondering if they were the group that did it, or if that was the team that did the helmets for them. It seems like it's up there.
The owner of the Knights by like a nickname, like you know people.
Yeah,
he knows people.
Super
He's
connected.
being modest right now.
He is.
You know what it is? He knows he's won the GPCC, so he's like gotta reel it in all.
Doing a strut.
Yep. That's what it is.
What flies with honey. You always let someone else toot your horn.
Mickey, I can't look at it. It's almost
Sugar.
It is. It's
yeah.
We've Jim, as you know, as a watcher of the show, this is the fastest 90 minutes on the internet, and we have done 90 minutes. So we definitely wanted to promote you and your work. You can find it. This is your Instagram. Is there anywhere else we can find your work?
No, that's the best spot. That's where I put all the artwork. That's strictly what it's there for. So, and to see everybody else's creative works. I mean, Instagram's great for all these creative people that inspire. So, I appreciate everybody out there that, like I said, between YouTube, Instagram, just to see what all these different techniques is, oh, I got to try that. Oh, that's kind of cool. I got to try that. And, there's just not enough time in the day to try all these different materials, all these techniques, etc. So it's great fun.
Agreed.
Definitely give him a follow. This is where you can find us. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much, everyone. Another awesome Carvers and Creators. Jim was on our very first show, and now he's on our most current show.
Right. Until the next one.
Yes. And this is episode 108, and I told Jim that he is reserved for episode 216.
Right.
Absolutely. I'm there.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that your math is correct.
Well,
Well,
I think we're going to have him back a little bit sooner than that. We
have
definitely
to.
have him back.
Well, I'm assuming we'll have him back when we go to Ohio.
That's right.
Oh,
Because
But Ohio isn't the same state as where he lives.
No,
it's
but look
close
at
enough.
Jimmy's eyes. Did you see his eyes light up when I said Ohio?
yes. No,
Oh,
he
he'll make it up
will
to
travel.
Ohio.
You will travel, I hear.
My parents are up there. That's that's where I'm from. Heck yeah, I can do
I think
that.
we need to have an all-star, awesome Carvers and Creators live from Ohio.
All Ohio.
That's it.
We'll have
Absolutely.
Stanley Kubrick direct it.
That's right. We'll dig
He's
it.
a frozen, he's a frozen head under Cinderella's castle.
Along with John F. Kennedy, Walt Disney.
We have it's an embarrassment of riches to who's going to direct.
Yeah, we don't know who yet, but they're knocking on the door right now.
How they can't knock on Matt? Come on, be serious. They have no hands. They are only a head.
They're dead.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Yes.
Thanksgiving to everyone out there.
Right. Thank you, Mima. We
Yeah.
won't be back next week because we have the greatest of all holidays,
Yes,
Turkey
my
Day.
favorite.
Yes.
The one where I take 3 naps in one day.
Melatonin or serotonin or
It starts with an L. What's the L? Something.
Lobotomy?
Lipidol.
Lipitor. Laxative.
There's some enzyme or something in the turkey knocks on your butt.
Lazelhaden.
Is it?
Tryptophan.
Yeah. Yeah.
L-tryptophan?
Yeah.
Something like that. Or tripping balls or something like that. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say triskaidekaphobia, which
Oh,
is
no, I know what he's talking about.
13.
He said an L, right? It's the Lions. They always put me to sleep.
Yeah,
And
Absolutely.
they always play on Thanksgiving.
that's right. Lions and bears.
Yes.
Lions and I thought the Cowboys played on Thanksgiving.
They do, and they
Oh,
suck.
they all
too.
suck.
Detroit and Detroit.
Yeah.
Cowboys?
It used to be Detroit and Cowboys. I used to always be the NFC matchup, and then they put the AFC game out there as well, like Green Bay and somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Green Bay and whoever.
No, it's Green Bay. They're a draw. So
Yeah.
not this year. Oh. Hey, we got pumpkin carvers here. Let's not talk about
Who
football.
cares about football? Let's talk about pumpkin carving.
Well, we will be back very soon. Check all of our socials. We'll let you know what's going on with Carvers and Creators. Jim, thank you so much for joining. Paul, go to bed already and get some rest. Matt, go to your heart out, and we will see you another time for Carvers and Creators. Check our socials, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.